Hello, this is MD Jolak. I have total 8+ years of experience in DevOps field. So today I'm going to show you the demo on the automatic infrastructure deployment in AWS with CI/CD and Terraform. So before going to the actual demo, let us discuss some topics which is very important for the demo. So here you can see like 3 topics I have mentioned, right? Terraform, AWS code commit, and AWS CI/CD. So let us discuss one by one on a brief. Not going to discuss the whole things. Just briefly, I'll explain. So Terraform. So first topic is Terraform. So there you can see, right? I have mentioned that it is an infrastructure as a code. So why it is called as an infrastructure as a code? Because we are writing some code for the infrastructure. Before, we used to create everything on the manually, right? Creating servers or any kind of networks. So manually everything was done right before. So now, everything we are now writing the code after writing code. Just we are using some Terraform command, and then it will be like within a minute. The infrastructure is going to deploy, right? And another thing is that like here we can like use it for the different clouds for the Terraform. There are several kind of like ISC code, IC tools are there, but I'm not going to mention that. So our main focus on the Terraform side. So Terraform is a kind of tool which we can use for the several clouds, like not only for the AWS, you can use for the GCP, you can use for the some other like Azure. So there should be one question, right? Why to use this? So why to use this in the sense? So here infrastructure as a code already I have mentioned, right? So multi-cloud also I have given some idea, like multiple cloud we can use for the single code. Like we are just changing some code inside the Terraform, like changing some provider name and all. So we can easily use the same code to the multiple clouds. So that's why it's called as a like multi-cloud support and state management, right? So when you are going to create the Terraform init, or Terraform commands you are going to use, so there will be a state will be created, Terraform state, which we can easily maintain the state. You can store the state in your local system, or you can send it to the remote like S3 on some other buckets. So from here you can easily use the state, and that's it. Why it's called as a state management, like why to manage the state, right? So it's a kind of thing like Terraform. When you are going to apply the Terraform, no, it will check the state that all the things need to be performed, and like what are the it's contain in a sense contain all the information about the infrastructure what you have created and you are going to create, or some infrastructure is already there. So it will mention that one that this thing already there in the infrastructure. So that kind of thing is done in doing by the Terraform state file. So now reusability, right? I have given some hint about the reusability in a sense. So you can use the multiple cloud. And another thing, the main thing is that in Terraform, you can create a module, and that module can be used for any kind of like any point of time. Suppose you have created a Terraform module for the EC2 instance for your own, and then you can use that module for any other thing. Like if you in future, if you need some that same kind of EC2 instances need to be created, then you can use that one also, like right, that module you can use easily. And so it's a reusability. So once you've written that can be reusable for many times, multiple times. Scalability in the sense, suppose you have created one EC2 instance and written for that particular EC2 instance, you have written a code. So in future, you need another EC2 instance on the same environment, same region of the AWS. So in that time, you can easily just modify the code and you can add another EC2 instance and it will be created, right? It easily we can scalable it out, right? So now I think I have given a brief overview of the Terraform. So let us go to the AWS CI/CD. So AWS CI/CD. So why it's used and what is exactly that? So there are, you know that, right? CI/CD is nothing but continuous integration and continuous deployment. So there are a lot of tools in the market that you can use for the CI/CD, like Jenkins is there, Azure CI/CD is there, in the sense like Bamboo is there. So there are a lot of tools. But most important, here I am going to discuss only about the AWS CI/CD. So what I feel like AWS CI/CD. So it's it's a very faster and more reliable than releases. Reliable. In the sense, if you see some other tools like Jenkins, comparison of that particular tool, you can say that that it's more faster and it's very reliable to release the code using the there is a code pipeline is there. By using that you can release the code. Okay, now reduce the risk and improve the quality in the sense, if what I can explain like risk reduce, as you know that it's a totally AWS managed platform. So obviously it will be like the risk will be very much less because all the AWS other services will be connected through this whereas the AWS roles, right? And if you want to give some permission to some other teammate, then also you have to create the AWS IAM roles and then you have to give the permissions, right? So that is one of the important point. And the improve the quality, obviously you can write a comparison of other tools. It's a very much quality actually AWS managed. Obviously AWS management in the sense like AWS provide a quality kind of tools to use for the different services, like the same kind of thing like CI/CD also very much uh, maintain the quality of your pipeline. So like it will be very less chance to failing the pipelines and all. Performance is very much high. It will provide by AWS as it's AWS managed tool, right? Service. So other than that, what I can say, it's a very much of flexible and customization, like flexible in the sense. So it's a very much easy to deploy, easy to write the that particular CI/CD code in a sense of like YAML you can use for the writing the CI/CD, and also customization like yeah, if you want to add something on the CI/CD later on, suppose you can do that customization anytime. And I'm just in the code and change some settings over there. Then you can do is the customization, right? Custom your things. So that is the CI/CD. Now let us go to the another AWS service, and that is AWS code commit. Also, as you know that there's several tools in market like Git. There's a Bitbucket, right? So we are not going to discuss about all that. So we are going to discuss about only the AWS code commit. So it's also same kind of Git repository, right? So where you can push the code and you can use it for the CI part, continuous integration. So now I must say that why use the AWS code commit. So it's a secure and managed source control, right? Managed in the sense AWS managed, right? Source control. So secure. Obviously, as you know that I have mentioned in the AWS last topic CI/CD. So here also I have mentioned that AWS management in the sense you have to create every time IAM roles and IAM policies, and then you can provide the permission, right? And simplify the collaboration means easily you can simplify the collaboration of with the other teams. You can easily use that kind of things. Like you have created one AWS code commit, you can share it to some your teammate very easily. Like the collaboration kind of things will be going to work over here very smoothly. Then integration with the AWS ecosystem. As you know that it's the AWS provider service, so other AWS resources connectivity will be very much easy than the other tools. The secure and private repository already I have told you, right? The security kind of thing. And private repository, obviously, it's like some other like some other tools of the what is it like Bitbucket or GitHub. Like this is also providing the private repositories and scalability and performance. Obviously, it's a AWS kind of tools, AWS provided services, so that so obviously performance will be very much high. There will be Scalability in the sense like you can push the large number of code, but if you push the large number of code any point of time, like any point of time, because we scale it out, and the performance also will be not going down because it's AWS provided service. So yeah, so let us now start with the demo.